Get your hands off my daughter now. Those words sliced through the air in Lincoln Park so sharp, I swear even the pigeons froze. I looked up from the bit of chalk in my hand, and there she was. Sylvia Caldwell, billionaire CEO, queen of her own glass tower empire, storming across the path like she owned the whole city, which in a way she did. Her heels hit the pavement like gunshots, eyes locked on me like I'd just tried to rob her. I wasn't robbing anybody. I was sitting on the ground in my oversized hoodie, showing her kid, bright-eyed, blonde-haired Lily, how to finally understand the quadratic formula. We'd been at it for weeks. She hated her fancy tutors, and one day she saw me scribbling equations on cardboard outside the subway. She asked what I was doing. I told her, and for some reason she kept coming back. "Get up," Sylvia barked, yanking Lily to her feet. "Do you have any idea who you're talking to? He's the only reason I passed my last test." Lily cried, trying to break free. Sylvia's laugh was cold like ice in a glass. "We pay $35,000 a year for the best education money can buy, and my daughter is learning from a street kid." She looked me up and down, taking in the worn sneakers, the dirt on my sleeves. "You could be dangerous. On drugs. Who knows?" I wanted to disappear. I just mumbled, "I didn't mean any harm, ma'am." She was struggling. I just wanted to help. Her phone was already in her hand. "Security's on the way. You won't be helping any other children." Lily stepped between us. "Mom, look at the ground." Equations sprawled across the sidewalk, long, elegant strings of numbers and symbols that I'd been writing without thinking. Sylvia's eyes flickered for a second, just a second, before she masked it with that rich people smirk. "Anyone can copy from a book," she said, waving her driver over. I stuffed my notebook and chalk into my backpack and got out of there fast. But that look she gave me, half confusion, half curiosity, stuck with me. 2 days later, I was sitting in the public library when 2 men in suits walked up. Marcus one said, "Come with us." My first thought, they're taking me in. My second, maybe that's not the worst thing. Turned out they worked for Sylvia. 10 minutes later, I was standing in the middle of her penthouse, feeling like a bug on glass, while she slid a sheet of paper toward me. "This," she said, "is a problem my team of analysts has been working on for weeks. If you're as good as Lily says, solve it." I looked at it: financial projections, interest rates, market volatility, and saw the mistake in about 30 seconds. 10 minutes later, I handed it back. "You forgot seasonal variation in the third quarter," I said quietly. She stared at me like I'd grown another head. The next morning, she marched me into Lincoln Prep Academy, straight past kids in blazers worth more than my entire backpack, and into the principal's office. "Test him," she told the head of math. "Advanced algebra. Now." The teacher rolled her eyes, tossed a problem on the board, and I solved it in less than a minute. She gave me another harder. I solved it faster. Her smirk started to fade. Then I asked, "Mind if I show you 3 ways to do it?" and began filling the board. Halfway through, she froze. "Where did you learn this?" "My mom taught me," I said. "What's her name?" "Dr. Amelia Thompson." The teacher went pale. The NASA mathematician Sylvia turned to me. "Your mother worked for NASA. She died last year. Cancer. I've been on my own since." And just like that, the room shifted. But not enough. The school board still didn't want me. No records, no money, no right background. And the students, they smelled blood. A week later, the math team captain challenged me in front of half the school. "Bet you can't do the state championship set in an hour." I could have walked away. But I thought of my mom working through chemo while showing me how numbers told stories. I said yes. 58 minutes later, I had every problem solved, each with multiple methods, plus a brand new one they'd never seen. And I told them math isn't about where you come from. It's about understanding. If you can't see that you don't understand math at all, word spread. Which is how I ended up at Sylvia's big charity gala in a suit from the school's lost and found, getting stared at like I'd wandered in off the street, which honestly I had. The rich parents circled me, tossing insults wrapped in fake smiles. One of them even said, "Convenient that your mom's dead. No one can prove your story." Before I could say anything, a voice cut in. "This child doesn't need to prove anything to you." It was Dr. Sarah Chen, head of MIT's math department. She told the whole room who my mom was, what she'd done, and that I'd been emailing her from library computers at 2 in the morning with work that might change how we teach math forever. Then she pulled my notebook from my hands and started projecting my pages onto the giant ballroom screen. People gasped. One whispered, "This is beautiful." When it was over, Dr. Chen turned to me. "MIT will take you now. Full scholarship." Everyone held their breath. "I'm honored," I said. "But no, not yet. I want to finish what my mom started, proving her methods work for any kid, not just the geniuses." Sylvia shocked herself by saying, "Then I'll fund it. Not charity, an investment." That's how the Caldwell-Thompson Foundation was born. We started with 20 kids from all over the city, the ones everyone had written off as failures. 6 weeks later, their scores were up 400%. Not because they were smarter, but because they were finally taught in a way that made sense to them. I won the state championship. But that wasn't the victory that mattered. The real win was watching those kids teach each other, seeing the same light in their eyes I'd seen in Lily's when she finally understood that math could be beautiful. A year later, the Amelia Thompson Mathematics Center opened at MIT. I was 14, standing at the podium, and I read the last thing my mom ever wrote to me. "Your job isn't to be the smartest person in the room. It's to make the room smarter. Build bridges, baby. Always build bridges." That's still the plan. I'm staying in the Bronx, running classes at the community center, proving every day that brilliance isn't about where you come from. It's about being given the chance to shine. So now I'll ask you, if you saw a kid like me on the street, head down, clothes worn, would you see a problem or a possibility? Drop your answer in the comments, because that's where the real math starts.